Hey, everyone. How are you on this lovely evening, this lovely afternoon, this lovely morning or night, depending on where you are tuning in from? I'm super excited to be able to join you all on today. Listen, if this is your first time joining me for a WYIC or What's Your I Can Live Boost, please drop a one in the comments. If this is your second time joining me, please drop that two in the comments. If this is your third time and beyond, please drop that three in the comments. And all my threes, show mad love to my ones and twos and let them know that they are in the right space to reclaim their life of abundance. We are talking to our elite single moms on today. And if you are a single mom and you know that you are an elite single mom, listen, we'll explain all of that later on. But if you know that you have greatness on the inside of you, you know that you have vision, that you have resiliency, you have just the right stuff on the inside of you, the potential, the fullness of who God created you to be on the inside of you, then you are an elite single mom. And I am talking to you on this lovely Wednesday. And so we are talking about on today our theme is going to be focused on recession proofing your business, recession proof your business. So if you do not know me, I am Miss Kristy Angelee and your favorite elite single mom. Welcome to your What's Your I Can Live Boost. If you've been following me or feeling the tremors, I want to say that if you've been feeling the tremors, the tariffs rising, the inflation climbing, uncertainty creeping in, I want you to breathe. I want you to take a moment and just breathe through it. I want you to take a moment just to, allow peace to overtake you. Calm patience, calm, assurance and certainty just to overtake you. And I want to use the word, if I dare, to overwhelm. Sometimes we look at the word overwhelm and we have a negative connotation with the word overwhelm, but this is a good overwhelm. I want you to allow peace to overwhelm you. Okay. Because you are in the right space. You are in the right atmosphere. You are in the on the right channel. So if this is your first time joining me, and if you have not hit that subscribe bell, I want you to go ahead and hit that subscribe bell and also that notification bell so that you may be notified every Wednesday or every time there is a new video uploaded. And I want you to, take time to indulge in I would say, binge all of the videos that I have on this channel. We have them already, in a very specific place for you to find what you are in need of to help you reclaim your life of abundance as a single mom. So we have different playlists created for you to help you navigate this page effortlessly, right? So that you won't have to be searching everywhere for a specific topic, to get the answers and the solutions to what you're dealing with on today. So this moment is not your burial ground. And this is why I want you to breathe. I want you to breathe and I want you to inhale and exhale and release all of the negative that has been invading your space, all of the doubts, all of the worries, all of the fears, all of the uncertainties, all of the harmful overwhelm, all of the stressors that have been overtaking your life during this season because of the change of government and things that are going on with Washington and things that are going on Wall Street. I want you to take a moment and breathe. And you probably wonder, how can I even think about building a business that I love or maintaining or sustaining a business that I love in such you may call it a horrible time. You may call it a just a tragic time in the Americas. right? Or wherever you are in the world and you are feeling the pressures of what's going on because of the changing of the guard. But this is your becoming ground. So there's some things, some powerful words and statements that I'm going to be sharing with you along the way. And I want you to grab a hold to it. This is your place for empowerment. This is your place for renewal. This is your place for refreshing. This is your place for changing of your perspective so that you can see beyond what you see. I want to give you sight. I just don't want you to have eyesight, visual sight, what you see right in front of you, what things are happening right then and right now. But I want you to see beyond what you see, right? I want you to look into the unknown. I want you to look into your vision. I want you to look into your dreams. I want you to look into your purpose. I want you to look into the ideas that you have written down even when you were a little girl and you were dreaming dreams of being an astronaut or a ballerina or a a dentist or a doctor of any sort. I want you to look into those spaces of your life and I want you to pull back and reclaim what life seemed to have taken from you. Because one of the things I'm saying this because you have been given permission. You have been given dominion. In Genesis 1, it talks about God gave the earth, put the man on the earth so that he can have dominion. And I'm talking about man as in mankind, all right? Let's not get it twisted and talking about gender specifics. No, we're talking about man. He put us on the earth so that we can have dominion over. So you have permission to go and take back everything that has been stolen from you, or you feel that's been stolen from you in this season, right? Or from the last decade of your life, or the last, 2 decades of your life where you have been facing the most turmoil time, and especially during this 2025 season, and you're feeling all of the weight of what's going on and it's hitting your life. It's affecting your business. It's affecting your livelihood. It's affecting your relationships. It's affecting your ministry. It's affecting your peace at night. I want you to go and take it all back. So we're going to be saying some powerful, statements during this time, affirmations. And when you hear something that just resonates with your soul, I want you to grab a hold of it and I want you to type it in the comments and I want you to say it as I saw this comedian, he said, say it with your chest. I want you to say it with boldness. I want you to speak it with clarity. I want you to speak it with confidence. So one of those powerful statements that I feel that's resonating with me is this is your becoming ground. Come on now. I want you to write that. I want you to declare that this is my becoming ground. Who am I, my God, becoming right now during this, what we can deem as a crisis, or you may deem as a crisis? Who am I becoming, or who do I need to become in this season? So you want to go ahead and declare that in the atmosphere. This is my becoming ground. This is my becoming ground. You are not just a business owner. I want you to know that just the same way you're not just a single mom. You're not just this. Right? I'm not just, you are not just a business owner. You are a builder of something the recession can't touch. You are the builder of something the recession can't touch. And that's vision. The recession cannot touch your vision. It can't touch because that was given to you. It was given to you for such a time as this. You know that you were created, you were birthed into this world for such a time as this. You are a blessing. You are a gift to mankind. You are a gift to the earth. God already knew in his genius what was going to happen in 2025, my Lord. And he said, that I am going to create, I am going to prepare you. I am going to put you in this earth so that you, with everything that I put in you, can be the solution to the problem that is arising in 2025. So that idea that you have, that vision that you have, and you like, what is the purpose of it all? Because what I'm going through is not adding up. 2 + 2 supposed to be 4, but this is not adding up. You are the solution, and you are at the right time. You are in the right position. You are in the right city. You are in the right country. You are in the right nation. You are on the right continent to birth out of you what has been put in you before you were even created, before the world was even formed. He already knew you by name. He already put a plan, a purpose. He already put an assignment in your life, in your DNA. That's why you keep having these dreams. That's why you keep envisioning yourself in another space, in another world, at another time. This is why you keep, you can't sleep at night, and you gotta write it, and you try to, suppress what you're wanting to do and what you're seeing. You find yourself talking about it, even if you're talking about it in the past tense. That's your vision still speaking. That is what God has already placed into you for such a time as this. And so you are a gift to the world. You are a gift to this economy right now. What you have is needed. So this is your becoming, your vision, purpose, kingdom impact. So during this time on Wednesdays, for those of you who are new to me, I have this framework called WYIC. WYIC is the acronyms of What's Your ICANN, but also I took a framework from that. And that framework is WYIC. We talk about the wonder yield, the inventory, and capabilities, and we break those down inside of my WYIC inner circle. This may be the barcode that you're seeing right now, the QR code that you're seeing right now that you can scan, or it may be something totally different because I have updated the QR code for today's session. I hope those changes has been made. Okay, because we were kind of experiencing some technical difficulties going on with the weather. We've been facing some really tough weather, the flood and things that have been happening in Caryville, Texas. My heart, my prayers goes out to every mother. Oh my Lord, every grandparent, every father, every friend, every sibling who has been greatly impacted, affected, and during this time, my heart and prayers go out to you. So we talk about the WYIC. We talked about the wonder yield in inventory and capability. Last Wednesday, we talked about the wonder. So if you have not been following along, and this is your first time, I want you to go back and listen to the wonder. What's your ICANN WYIC, or what's your ICANN live boost? These are intentional boosts to help you in your place of stuck, in your place of decision making, in your place of transitioning. You need that extra boost, that extra, oh, that's the nugget, that's the gem, that's the wisdom, that's the knowledge that I am in need of. This is where I am in my life, and I can come here and receive the answers, receive the solutions, receive the strategies that I am in need of. Or maybe it just jogs another question, and questions are good. Questions, it helps you to get to the answer, to find the solution to the why, to who you are, to your purpose. And so we're talking about the yield. You're yielding, you're pausing, right? So now today we're going to take a moment and we're going to pause. We're going to take a moment and we're going to ask. I want you to ask yourself, listen, and I want you to write this down. Lean in, lean in, lean in. I want you to write this down. I want you to ask yourself, what have you learned from previous storms? Your previous storms are supposed to give you wisdoms. It's supposed to give you clues to your next season, to what you're becoming, who you're becoming. It's supposed to leave clues to your destiny, to what it is that your skills is supposed to be a solution to. So what have you learned from previous storms, or are you just going through the storms and being knocked around and being battered by all the storms and you're coming out empty handed? Oh my Lord. I want to say this. Can I dare say this? Your storms are too valuable for you to leave them empty handed. You are too valuable to go through a storm and leave empty handed. I want to say that again. Your storms are too valuable for you to be in the midst of the storm and you come out empty handed. You are too valuable to go. Come on, somebody, to go through a storm and come out empty handed. So, what did you learn? What did you glean from 2020? What did you glean from 2020? How did 2020 shape your creativity? How did it breathe new life and breathe new ideas and breathe new concepts into the idea that you have been given, to that seed of creation, that seed of fruitfulness? How did 2020 give you new sight to your vision? What did the last failed launch teach you? What did it teach you? Did you launch something last season and you failed? Did you launch something and it didn't go the way that you planned? Why? What did it teach you? So you want to be able to write these things down. You want to have a planning session. You want to have a time where you sit down and you write out the lessons that you learned, the so-called losses. Somebody said you either win or you learn. You don't win and lose. You either win or you learn. Okay. So what was the learnings that you received from last season, from your last storm, from your last crisis, from your last tragic? What were the lessons learned that you are able to now take and pick apart and dissect and look at the wisdoms, the gems, the next product, the next service that you can extract from that? What is it? So this is what your yield moment is all about. It's taking a moment and pausing and not allowing your current facts to cause you to panic. We're not in panic mode. We don't panic because we're elite. We walk in these areas with poise. We walk in these areas with grace. The world panic. People who don't have a clarity on their vision, they're not clear about who they are and how they serve and how they are able to impact their community with their services, with the seed of greatness that they are presenting, their fruitfulness. You go into panic mode when you are not clear on what you're presenting. So you have to have clarity on what you are presenting. You have to refine. So in the yielding, you want to take time to refine. This is where these questions are very important, because you're refining last season and what you did and what were the impacts of what you presented last season for this season, for where you are now, for what's going on now. So now you want to take inventory. You already carry goals. So we're kind of doing 2 in 1 on today. So normally next Wednesday, and we're going to dig into the inventory a little bit more on next Wednesday. So make sure you are tuning in next Wednesday at 1 p.m. So go ahead and lock this channel in. Lock us in so you won't miss a WYIC or What's Your I Can live boost, because we are here to help you realize your I can in purpose, business, and family as an elite single mom. So So you want to take inventory. You already carry gold, and your gold is your vision, your goal. And it's broken down into three key areas: your resiliency. Are you with me? Are you writing this down? I need you to write this now, because I need you to make sure that after this is over, you can go back and you can read what it is, where you are, and you can take inventory. You can understand where you are, right? So I need you to write this down. This is important. You are resilient. Your relationships, this is what you have. This is your inventory. What relationships have you built? And we talk about building stronger relationships as a single mom, in time past, and what that looks like, and how to invite people at the heart of your relationship to the table, to sit at the table of your heart. So what that looks like, what type of collaborations and partnerships or friends do I have? What about my family? What type of acquaintances? Who do I know? So your relationships, you have your resilience, your relationships. And then you also have your God given revelation. Revelation, the knowledge about what's going on in your community. You see the crisis. So now you have okay, and I have a solution. So you have a God given revelation. You have resilience, relationships, your God given revolution. Okay, so if you're going to outlast this recession, hear me good. If you're going to outlast this recession, here's what you have to know. Here's what you must do. You must stop looking at what's missing and start multiplying. The word of God lets us know in Genesis 1, the business structure and the strategy that he gave to man. He says to, be fruitful, be fruitful, be fruitful, be productive. This is not talking about having children, okay? All right. This is not what we're talking about. We're talking about the business strategy that God gave to man when he put them on the earth to work. He says to work it. He says to be fruitful, to multiply. All right. Be fruitful, to multiply. So we are in the multiplicity stage, right? So you want to stop looking at what's missing and start multiplying what's already in your hand. Have you been looking at how can I multiply? How can I multiply? Which will lead into the distribution when he talks about replenish. Replenish what you have. Replenish. How do you replenish? And subdue. How do I subdue? Right? Because he wants us to have dominion over our territory, dominion over the gifts that he has given you, over your abilities, dominion over where he called you to be during this time. He wants you to master it. You're supposed to master what you have been giving territorial rights to. That is the natural resources of this earth. What is it in this earth during this time that you are able to extract and cause you to multiply the vision, the idea that God has given to you? So multiply. How can I take what I have and multiply it? What does that look like? In what areas do I need to multiply? How can I expand? How can I increase? We're talking about recession proof, right? How to recession, business resilience, building a company that outlasts recession. How can I outlast recession? And now it is very possible, because we see so many businesses that have been established in 1920, 1901, 1876, and they are still standing. So it's not saying that it can't be done, because it can be done. There's too many amazing things, amazing companies, that are still standing even through recessions. Okay, we want to get away the capitalism out of our mind, okay? Because we are talking now into kingdom territory. Capitalism have no weight in the kingdom. It cannot stand when we are including God and what he has called us to do and who he has called us to be in the vision that he has given to us. He says he watches over his word to see that it performs. My God, today he watches over his word. And his word will not return to him void. So the idea that he gave you for such a time as this will not return to him void. It has to be fruitful. It has to be fruitful. It has to multiply. It because he said it, be fruitful and multiply. That's his word. And so when we are leaning into what God has called us to do and how God has called us to, don't have dominion in this earth. And in Psalms 115, I do believe he says the heavens is the Lord's. The heavens is his, but he gave earth to his children. So we have territorial rights on this earth. It doesn't matter, again, what Washington is doing. It doesn't matter what Wall Street is doing. It doesn't matter about those in your community and what they're saying. As long as you know what God says about your life and what he says about the vision that he has placed in you, that is all that matters. You are guaranteed success. Come on, somebody. So we want to start multiplying what's already in your hand. Just like the widow in 2 Kings 4, she was so concerned about, she went to the man of God and she was like, Elijah, listen, my husband is dead and the creditors, they are coming after my land, or not only my land, but my sons, because I cannot afford to pay and keep up with the price rise, inflation. Come on, somebody, inflation that's going on. I can't afford to. And Elijah said, asked her, what's in your hand? What's in your house? And she said, I have nothing but. I only have, it's just. That word just, as if it's something that is not as impactful. And don't just say just. What you have is more than what you need. He said, go and get jars. Go and borrow. Go and borrow and take what you have. Come on, y'all need to read 2 Kings chapter 4 for the story. So do not throw out what you have and look at it. I just have this. You want to multiply what you have. Even if you have to go and she started partnering with people. She started borrowing jars. She started asking for investments, right? She had to look beyond where she was and not be afraid and not be intimidated and not be scared or embarrassed because she knew what was on the line, right? And once she moved in obedience, what happened? She became an oil baroness. And this was during, I believe, a famine. Come on, somebody. So let's talk strategy. I hope you're writing this down. Are you ready? Let me know if you're ready, okay? Drop in the comments, I'm ready. All right, let's talk strategy. Let's talk strategy. And if you know someone that is in need of this information that we are sharing, go ahead and tag your YouTube buddy, okay? Go ahead and tag your YouTube bestie and let them know this is where they need to be gathering. It's 2025. Who's gathering here in 2025, okay? Put that in the chat. I'm here in 2025. I see that's going on in chats. People come to videos of old and they say here in 2025, who's watching in 2025 or 2024, 2023, something that has been, long past, and people finding the new gems and the new nuggets and the new wisdom, and it still stands for this time. This is how your vision supposed to carry through generations, where people can go back and say, I'm listening to this in 2035 and it still carry the same weight, the same gems, the same gold, and it still works for 2035. Come on, somebody. So let's talk strategy. Here are the 4 R's of recession. Resilient entrepreneurs. These are the 4 R's of recession, resilient entrepreneurs. Are you ready? We're going to write this down. Okay. We're going to write this down. I want you to take copious amounts of notes. So when you tune this off, when you turn this off, you are ready to get to work. You are ready to start taking inventory, to yield. You're ready to say, this is what I have. This is my idea. This is my seed. This is not just, this is more than enough. I want you to bring that. I want you to come back here and say, Kristy, you remember you talked about resiliency, recession proof in your business as a single mom. Then this is what I have come up with. I want you to bring that to back here on this channel on this episode and say, this is what I have, this is what I did, and this is what I want you to see what I did with my business, with this idea. And this is how it has caused me to multiply my income, to serve, not just multiply, because we're not here just to for a profit. We are here to provide generational, a legacy, things that are going to outlast us, right? So, resilient entrepreneurs, this is for you. The 4 R's. Are you ready? Relevance, making sure that you are relevant. You can't sell 2018 solutions to a 2025 problem. You can't sell 2018 solutions. You can't sell a 2018 solution to a 2025 problem. Relevant, making sure that you are relevant, making sure your message for the season is relevant, making sure that the books that you are writing, that you have put out, making sure that the programs, making sure that the clothing, making sure that the hairstyles, if you're a cosmetologist, making sure that what you are doing is relevant for 2025 problem. Reframe your message. Stay ahead of the curve. You want, if you have to reframe your message, reframe it. You want to stay ahead of the curve. You want to keep your ear pressed to the ground. This is where market research comes in. This is what another area, how you are looking at the behavior of those that you are serving, looking at their behavior, listening to what they are saying. This is why taking surveys and feedback polls to see what's going on, looking at even the news can share some really great information as well, but you don't want to get so caught up in the news to where you become negative. But you want to take it in prayer. What's going on? God, what is the message? This is why it's important to have a business meeting with God every morning. So you can first get everything you need downloaded from heaven, because these are kingdom ideas. These are not earthly ideas. So when you start looking for answers and solutions on the earth first, then you are going to miss, okay, what God is really wanting to release, what he's already called you to release in the earth. All right. So you want to reframe your message. Stay ahead of the curve. If you're not solving a kingdom problem, you're wasting heaven's resources. You're wasting everything that he has put in you and everything that he has put on the earth. You are wasting heaven's resources, and we are not wasters. Okay? We are not wasters. We do not throw out solutions. We don't throw out ideas. We don't throw away. We want to be able to utilize everything that he has put into our position, everything he has put into to be steward over. Okay. So here are your revenue streams. Number 2, revenue streams. And this is what we want to take a look at. Your revenue streams. One stream is too vulnerable. You want to look at the wealthy people. Take notice of leaderships. Observe what the person that is doing well, what are they doing? How are they doing well? If they are not being if they don't have integrity in their business practices, then you don't want to mark them in a way like, oh, I'm going to mimic them. But if their structure is right, if they are, if they know how to, stay current, stay up to date in their messaging, and know how to utilize what is put before them. We are in the technology. age, right? So understanding how to use technology and not running away from it, knowing what platforms to use, asking God of where He wants you to be, how many you want to be able to have revenue streams. So one stream is too vulnerable. You want to build strength and structure. So you want to look at what you are doing now and you want to add layers. How can I add layers to this? So for example, you can do digital coaching if you are in the coaching business. You can do speaking if you are someone who is a thought leader. You can do merchandising if you are someone who has a cosmetology degree and all you are doing is just doing hair. If you're not adding anything to that, then that's the only source of your income is doing hair. What about adding products? What about adding, other, other items or services that your person can utilize, right? So you want to see how you can layer your business so that you can recession proof during times of inflation. You want to also merchandise, as I stated already. So merchandising, what else can I add to this? What can I give them besides just I'm taking care of their hair? Shampoos, or are you offering body, smell goods, body wraps? Or are you doing other layering? How can I layer merchandise? Can I offer, just being in a space to hear other ideas that you can release during this time. Okay, licensing your IP. Okay, how can I license this? What do I need to do to okay, somebody else can use this. I'm a license this so I can lease this out or rent this out or buy you. Someone else can use it, but I'm still making a profit off of my coaching business or my framework or my services that is licensed. So your gift will make room for you. But listen to this. I want you to hear me well, okay? Your gift will make room for you, but your wisdom will fill the house. Your gift will make room for you, but your wisdom will fill the house. And we want to use wisdom during this time. We want to use wisdom when we are executing a plan, a strategy, and you want to go through this checklist. Is this meeting these specific points? Is this meeting these specific goals that I have, right? So again, you want to have a business meeting with God every morning. You want to make sure you're getting download. You want to make sure you have moments throughout your business, day to like check in. Let's do a check-in. Let's pray. This is what's coming up. This is what I'm doing. I want to make sure this is still in alignment. If you don't have a change of heart, a change of mind, then that's a green light for you, I believe, to keep going, to keep it moving. Okay. So now you want to have the third R is relationships. You don't need a bigger audience. Somebody say, if I had more followers, if I had more, subscribers, if I had more, you do not need a bigger audience. You do not need a bigger audience. I'm moving a little close to you so you can hear me well, okay? You do not need a bigger audience. You need deeper alignment. It's not the audience, it's you aligning. First, aligning yourself with your vision. You have to know your vision. You have to, I said it earlier, have dominion. He told us to have dominion over. Tiger Woods, one of the greatest, golfers, right? And he started golfing and when he was a little child at around the age 4, that was something that his dad put his first club in his hand, and he's been doing that for years, right? And every morning at 4 a.m. he would get up and practice his craft. He would refine his craft so that he could dominate his craft. Okay, so he could dominate his field, his territory. Tiger Woods' territory was golfing. Golfing. I don't know if he's still like one of the greatest of all time, but you mentioned Tiger Woods or golfing, the first name that probably pop up is Tiger Woods. Dominating that area, mastering. He has aligned himself with his vision, with his purpose, with his gifting. And so it wasn't the audience. If I had a bigger audience, I could make more. If I had a bigger audience, I could reach more. If I had a bigger audience, When you align yourself with the vision and the idea that God has given to you, adding value to you so you can add value to others, add value to the place and the spaces that he has called you to occupy, the audience will come. To prove this, in the word of God, Jesus didn't have to go looking for an audience. The audience, when he understood, don't you know I must be about my father's business? He understood the assignment. He understood his gifting. He understood his calling. He understood the vision. And so when you understand, and he spent time crafting and perfecting. He spent time dominating and mastering, putting himself, listen, to the group of people that he was sitting with, right? At 12 years old. So finding those that iron can sharpen iron, I can test my waters here. They sought him. He didn't have to seek an audience. They sought him because he provided. He was in a space. So when you get in a space to where you know your business front and back, and you know how you serve, you can see what's going on. You're not exploiting anyone, but you know this, you have the solution to help them to reach their next level, to help them to reach their greater, to help them to overcome their trials, to help them to overcome their hurdles. When you begin to provide a solution to their issues, not no fluff, not manipulating, not just a quick fix, all the things that the manipulation takes place in people who are honorable, people of integrity. But we're talking about kingdom elite single moms who know that they are living in a different world. They know that they are living under a different covenant. They understand that when I provide a service and meet their needs, meet them where they are. Tom's, India, the person that created the shoes. He went to India, him and a friend, and they decided to go to India. And when they got there, they saw all of these people in this one spot and without any shoes, dirty. And they looked at and they said, all these people, they never seen so many millions of people before, millions of people in one spot, right? And so eventually they came back to Americas, and the person that created the Toms, he was sitting down in school, and he was sketching out, thinking about what he saw. And he saw feet without shoes. And he said, how can I get at a cost effective price? And I think he started at 25 cents. So he created shoes that were, made of plastic. Found somebody, found people who invest. And now we are Toms. Now we have Toms. Master, when you align yourself with your vision, when you understand the idea that you have, and that is your fruit, then inside of fruit are seeds. And that seed is going to produce more fruit. And that fruit is going to have more seeds. And that seed is going to produce more fruit. Come on, somebody. Hear me well. So relationships, resilient businesses are built on covenant relationships, not convenience. We're not trying to, if you have I need money first type of ordeal, if you have that attitude and that mindset, you are going to chase away the people you are supposed to be serving, the people, your audience, because they could tell that all you're coming with is, you're just coming for me. You're not concerned about what's really going on with me. You're not listening to me. You're not hearing me. You just want a quick dime, and you're not really caring about my children, and you're not caring about the hurt I'm dealing with, or whatever gift that God has given to you, the idea that you have, but all you see is a profit. You're looking at everybody as a check, as a paycheck. No, we're not looking at people as no paycheck. We're looking at people as, man, how can I love them today? How can I meet their need today? How can I be of service to them today? How can I help them to feel valuable through what God has given for me to release? Come on now. And the last one, Oh, I want you to write this down. The value of a resource is determined by the quality of your relationships. The value of a resource is determined by the quality of your relationships. The value, the quality of your relationships. So then number 4 is reinvention. I don't think we have time to go over everything. We got 15 minutes left. Y'all are rocking with me on today. Y'all are rocking with me on today. This should have been a masterclass, right? This is, come on. This should have been a masterclass. Okay. Make sure you are tuning in. Make sure that you are hitting that subscription, button and also that notification bell, so when we come live again for another What's Your I Can, you will be able to, all right, I'm going to go ahead and clock in because I know I'm going to get what I need to help me, come on, get over this hurdle, because these are Wednesdays, and some people look at Wednesdays as getting over the hurdle. It's not the weekend yet. We're right in the middle, and I got a lot of things coming up against me. That's what midweek service is all about. We're servicing you midweek, because sometimes life be life and way too early, and we need a tune up, we need an oil change, we need a mind adjustment, we need a heart fix, we need to check our attitude, and we need somewhere to go so that we can make sure that we are serviced correctly. And this is what your midweek is all about, is helping you to get service correctly. So make sure you hit that notification bell. So reinvention, number 4, reinvention. And then we're going to go into some nitty gritty even more. We're going to go a little deeper. Okay. Can you go with me a little deeper? We're going to reinvention, the pivot prophetically, not reactively. Pivot based on you knowing the word that God has given. Pivot based on you speaking and declaring. Pivot based on what you know is to come. Pivot because you have spied out the land. You see what's going on in the land. You know what's going on in the land. You see the giants in the land. You see the weapons in the land. You see what's keeping those that you are wanting to serve, those that you wanted to meet their needs. You see what's holding them up. You see what's oppressing them. You see what's keeping them bound. You see what's keeping them chained up. You see what's keeping them from reaching their highest level of dominating their area. Right? You see those needs. So you want to pivot prophetically, not just reactively, reacting to what's called, oh, this happened. Oh, I got to respond. Oh, there's an inflation. Oh, government is doing this. Wall Street is doing this. Market housing is crashing, and there's inflation, and I'm reacting, responding. Oh, jittery. Oh, nervous. You have people nervous. You might have them clutching their pearls. Like, what's going on? You as a leader, you as an elite single mom in ministry or in the marketplace, are to lead with confidence, quiet confidence. Meaning we're not reacting. We are not reacting. We are simply being prepared, and we're just responding. We already ready. We know what's going on. We know we have our weather report. We know what's going on. We see the temperatures rising, but we're not reacting to the temperature rising. We're not automatically like trying to put out fires. We see what's going on. We are prepared, and we are responding with grace. We're moving in grace. We're moving in confidence. We're moving with assurance, and assuring those that we are responding to, assuring those that we are reaching, assuring those that are coming to us for answers, that everything is going to be okay. Here, all you have to do is do this. Here, I already created this. Here, this is what you need in such a time as this. If you are in the fashion industry, you know, the clothing and the challenges of teens. I got these daughters and I want them to dress more. I want to, be more professional. You're seeing the changes of the signs, and that you're responding. You have already created, you have all these designs already in the making. So when people come and asking, they know where to go, because you have already positioned yourself, because you answered prophetically. You reinvented, you pivoted prophetically, not reactively. The world doesn't need another copycat. It needs answers. The world doesn't. They are looking for answers. People are looking for answers. looking for answers, regardless of where, when they go and purchase something at Walmart, when they go and purchase something at McDonald's, when they go and purchase something at Burger King, when they go and purchase something at, Taco Cabana, when they go and purchase something from Dolce and Gabbana, when they go and purchase something from, whomever else, retailers, Amazon, when they go and purchase something from these retailers, or buy this book, or buy this pen, or they just looking for an answer. It's an answer. It's an answer. That's what they're buying. They're buying an answer. They are buying, I need to write. I need a pen. Where I'm going to go to get a pen? Office Max or Office Depot. Where am I going to go? Amazon. Where am I going to go to get a pen? You want your business to be first of mind if you want to be the answer to what the world needs. You just respond. They just answers. You're not a copycat. It needs answers. They're not looking for a copycat. They need answers, real answers. Man, I saw this before. It's like the same thing, It's like the same thing. I need something that is going to meet my needs. I need something that is going to not answer a demand that is just a trend. Oh, why can't you be more like them? Because my ideas, my vision, they are OG. They are the original. All right. They are God-given solutions to the problems that we are facing today that is going to sustain. And that's what we're looking for, sustainability. I don't want nothing to break on me 5 minutes after I use it. 5 minutes. I want something that is going to last. So when I'm looking for a solution, an answer to my problems, I'm looking for something. I weigh out. I look for the best. I do my research. I ask those questions. I Google. I see what other people are using and see how long they've been using and the results that they receive when using it, because I want something that is sustainable, right? So the world is not waiting for your products. It's not waiting for your products. It's not. The world is not waiting for your products. Oh, I got this nice product. The world is not waiting for a product. It's a lot of products out here. A lot of products. A lot. A lot. Some on the cheaper end, some on the higher end. A lot of products. It's waiting for your solutions. So when you understand that, you know how to pivot. It's waiting for a solution. I got enough products, but I don't have a solution. I got plenty of products. The woman with the issue of blood, she went to plenty of doctors to where she had no more money. She spent all she had on physicians. There were plenty of doctors, but no one had the solution. So she wasn't needing another doctor. There was plenty of where she could have went to, because she's already had been to them. But what she was needing was a solution. They are needing a solution. They are needing a solution. Solve this problem that I have. What is the solution? I don't need anything that is going to a placebo. I don't need another placebo. I've had enough placebos. I had enough jumping through hoops. I had enough, magic tricks. I had enough of those. I had enough false guarantees. I had enough of those. I need a solution. I need a solution to this. What is the solution? Right? So here is where we want to go a little bit deeper. I want you to write this down. Crisis is preparation for promotion in God's kingdom. When you are faced with a crisis, we are faced with a crisis. When you say this is a crisis that we are experiencing right now, it is simply promotion in God's kingdom. He's getting ready to promote you. And business is a result of God's preparing you or preparing for your promotion. Business, a solution, idea is a result of God preparing you for your solution. Okay. So God allows crises to test your management. He allows crises. He allows what's going on in this world. The earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. Everything. There is nothing that happens in this earth that God does not know, and that he doesn't. He sends things at times. Some things are man-made and some things are God-made. He allows things to test your resilience, to test okay, this is what you said that you're wanting. All right. So I'm going to test you. I'm going to send it so that you can see, I can test your resolve. I'm sending this your way. Are you going to stick with it, or are you going to die? Are you going to give up? Are you going to throw in the towel? Are you going to say this is too hard? Are you going to lean into it? Are you going to push? Are you going to you're going to turn it over and see, how is this for my good? How it's in a form that I don't understand. I asked for this, and Moana is a great story that I like to utilize. It's just so much deep relevance, knowledge and wisdom, all the good things, right? Moana, she was on this boat and she's supposed to go and find this person and do this grand thing. And so she was getting help. Her source was the waters, the gods of the water. And so she was asking for help in the storm. I mean, she was asking for help because she was needing to be in the right direction. And so here comes this storm. Okay. Here comes this test. Here comes this, this trial. Here comes this temptation. Here comes something. Here comes something. Listen. And she says, the storm came and she tried to hang on to the boat and all the things that happened. And she had Hey on the boat with her. And Hey is a whole mess himself. And so by the time she landed, on the island, she wasn't looking at where she landed, but she was so upset. She was so angry. She was so frustrated with the storm because she thought the storm was not the storm. She was so frustrated with the gods of the sea or whomever she was talking to. And she turned around and said, I asked for help and you sent me a storm. And when she turned around, guess where she was? My Lord, right where she needed to be. So when you turn around in this crisis, you want to make sure you are right where you need to be. I asked, what's my assignment? I asked, what's my purpose? You've been asking, what's your purpose? What do I have to give? How do I get out of debt? How do I recession, proof my business? Or how do I build resiliency in this company that outlasts recession? How do I make these moves? And you find yourself in a whirlwind of go-throughs and things that's happening, and you're asking for, and you asking, and you can't calm, breathe, because the answer is there. The answer is in the storm. The answer is in the storm. Crisis is not your enemy. Crisis, inflation is not your enemy. Washington is not your enemy. Wall Street is not your enemy. People are not your enemy. It is the incubator of creativity. Take this time to allow crisis to become your incubator and allow the creativity to flow through that, to pull through that, to see. You sit with the crisis. What's going on? All right, I see this is going on. How am I positioned? How is what I am called to do, this business that I have, how in the world can it respond to what's going on now? Not react, but respond. How am I to respond? So every crisis is a call for innovation. Every crisis is a call for innovation. Every economic shaking reveals which businesses were built on vision, listen now, and which were built on trends. Were built on vision and which were built on trends. This is the latest thing. So I'm going to get in business because everybody else get in business doing this, which was built in vision, on vision. No, I sat with the Lord for this one. I woke up early for this one. I thought about this one all day, all year, all week, all month, all my life. I've been wrestling with this for a while now. I've been writing about this for a while now. This is not something that is just off the dome because everybody else is doing it. I'm feeling the pull. I'm feeling the weight. I'm feeling I don't want to be left out of what's going on and the trends of running a business. And it's not, I just, hey, get a start a business. You need to start a business. The trend of it all. No. The crisis is going to prove what's in it, what's real and what's not real. And because my time is up with you guys on this lovely day, I want you to stop looking for relief and start looking for revelation. This is your time, not to retreat, but to rise. And I want you to speak over yourself. I was born for this moment. I, my business was born for this season. I was born for this moment, and my business was born for this season. So I want us to activate. Let's activate. Are you ready? We only have a couple of seconds left. Yield to the last lesson. And I want you to write it down. Don't just feel it, learn from it. Number 2, activation. Inventory your current assets. Time to use what's already in your hand. I want you to inventory. It's time to use what's already in your hand. Number 3, commit to one reinvention move this week. Is it a new offer, a price shift, a partnership? Okay. Number 4, drop in the chat. I can outlast. Say it with power. I can outlast. And if you're ready to move from panic to position, the from exposure to income wait list is open. And I believe this is the right QR code for that. But if it says WYIC Inner Circle, listen, that's even a greater move to put you in a space where you can receive a greater group of influence and more of these types of teachings, right? Because this isn't just about surviving 2025, it's about securing 2035. We have a 10-year vision. We have a 10-year focus here. You were born to make a difference. Let's build that difference together. You all, I love each and every one of you. Have a blessed and prosperous day.